This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Welcome to the Stop Listen Podcast. I'm your host, Jamie.
I'm back, baby.
So Trump made it through his return to Butler. I started watching. I just watched J.D. Vance speak. It's already over. Going back and watching. Vance was good.
Boy, wonder you've done it again.
Okay, so let's start off with this one. This is crazy.
Are you like a crazy person?
This broke a few days ago. That's pretty scary. Folks, I understand. I mean, like, I know Trump's a handful, but shit, like, this isn't where we want to go down. Harry Sisson, he's like just a Democratic clown, paid probably. Trump called for the termination of the Constitution because Trump sent on Truth Social. So, with the revelation of massive and widespread fraud and deception in working closely with big tech companies, the DNC and the Democratic Party, do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare the rightful winner? Or do you have a new election? Well, like, seemingly, like, I don't know that there's not a date on this well, I mean, he didn't even. So it says, I mean, an hour ago is when that came from Trump, and then Harry Sisson came 48 minutes ago. So, like, well, it's kind of a theoretical question, right? It's he's because he's running for president again. Do you understand? Do you get it? There. These people are really stupid. I guess the people who believe him. He probably, I mean, I have no idea. He's probably not very bright. But here we go. A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. He's not calling for it. He's saying that's what's happening. And then I told him he needed to get hooked on phonics. I mean, like, I don't know if he's just stupid. I'll just go in order. Hillary Clinton from Kyle and Rug, he's a pretty damn good reporter. New Hillary Clinton says social platforms like X need to be censored.
Platforms on the internet, immunity. There should be a lot of things done. We should be, in my view, repealing something called Section 230, which gave, platforms on the internet immunity because they were thought to be just pass-throughs, that they shouldn't be judged for the content that is posted. But we now know that that was an overly simple view, that if the platforms, whether it's Facebook or Twitter X or Instagram or TikTok, whatever they are, if they don't moderate and monitor the content, we lose total control.
Free speech is on the ballot, folks. It truly is. If you like being able to say what you want. Here's a little Trump.
This journey but from the very beginning of this journey, I've been on a mission to rescue our country from a failed and very corrupt political establishment, very corrupt. We have to change it. We have to change it. We need also a very free and open press. And to give it back to the country you believe in and I believe in. It's a country that we were born in and the country that you deserve. You deserve this. In that mission, I will never quit. I will never bend. I will never break. I will never yield, not even in the face of death itself.
I mean, it's true.
But from the very beginning,
I mean, he's a narcissist who loves his country, folks. Like that just seems to be who he is.
I'm an extremely stable genius.
But okay. It's true. Like, he's married, he's got a hot wife and lots of money and lives on the beach, and he's getting shot at. Like, you know, he may just be competitive too. Laura Loomer said, "What an amazing rally. Free speech is winning." I would not want to cross paths with her. Like I've kind of like figured out X. It's like it's a game. It's like 7 degrees. You know, like 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Well, if you don't know that, I'm not going to explain to it. But it's like 7 degrees of Elon Musk, essentially for you or for success on this thing. Generally speaking, you know, you just want to get as close to them, and then once you have those type of followers, the closer you get, you know, you can make a name for yourself. So, Kamala Harris is going to go on 60 Minutes, and they're going to sit down with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, but separately, like they're not in the same room. So that's an improvement. And they point out that the Republican ticket declined 60 Minutes interview request after initially accepting. Aw, that's sad. Benny Johnson, who I kind of got the Benny Johnson look going on today. I've never worn just a plain black shirt on a show. Praying for Corey Compertore's family, real tears here, and healing. God bless them. It's just insane. I mean, could you imagine losing a loved one because they went to a Donald Trump rally? Political rally of any sort? I mean, maybe she doesn't want to, but like, I mean, why hasn't CNN tried to talk to her? Not a story worth telling to him. Ian Miles Chong captioned this. Trump there and Elon Musk doing jumping jacks, which I'm going to Elon jump Trump. Like this from not Jerome Powell. Yeah, pretty close.
It does. And a lot of people think maybe their vote doesn't count. Well, it does. Okay? It does. It matters. And this election could be decided by 1,000 votes, 500 votes. A tiny margin.
You know, God bless him. I think he stepped out of his comfort zone a little bit. That's not really where he's used to speaking. So, bravo, Elon. Bravo. And finally, The Hill. They say Tim Walz slams J.D. Vance in Ohio. Not a reflection of the state's people. That's an insult to the people he's speaking about. Because J.D. Vance is a fine man. Like, I don't agree with him on all his policies exactly, I don't think. But, I mean, I think he's going to be a net positive. And, I mean, he's like a good man from all looks of it. Yeah, he doesn't want to murder babies. Like, I can't wait for him to speak about that on a national stage. Pray for Donald Trump, folks. He needs it. This is a quick episode. I like burnt through that quick. We're like 12 minutes. And I'm not going to have to edit almost anything out. But did I say anything interesting? I don't know if I did. I mean, I guess we covered some stuff, but I don't know. I'm in a weird mood. I went to church and I had a really good idea, something to do for my nephew. And I think it's going to come out really well. And jump to the top of the priority list. So I'm going to make a little video for him, like a ESPN style type video. He's got a doubleheader tomorrow for flag football. So I'm going to have like his parents having cameras, and I'll have cameras so we can get different angles, and we should be able to get enough, shots, and make a little video for him, and then I'll set it up, and like I set it up put it on my personal YouTube channel, and then just and then send the link to his parents, so then they could cast it on the TV. It's not like I'm not posting it, but it's like it is technically on YouTube, so he's gonna believe he's got a YouTube video, about him. So that's kind of cool. I think it's gonna turn out well. So that's gonna be my Sunday. And I think I might go see my grandma tomorrow, the one who passed. Be like an hour or so drive. I don't know. I watched Tucker Carlson. No, I gotta look it up. Hold on a second. Well, 20 million people have watched his interview with Putin. I did not watch it because this one here. So this episode here, medical ethicist Charlie Kamoisey. Very interesting interview. I find out about a lot of stuff, and basically said that the whole brain dead thing is just kind of made up. I mean, people can be brain dead, but they don't really test for it, and the brain can rewire in some circumstances, like over time. And my grandmother, who I mentioned in the last episode, who was very, very important to me, she had a stroke, and then they just like let her go. And based on what that guy said, is that she felt probably every bit of it. She probably heard us walk out of the room for the last time, not say anything. And that's hard to swallow. So I'm going to go say a proper goodbye to my grandma. I don't know. I don't know how it works, Can she hear me? Does God pass on the message? I mean, she's not like omnipresent. I know that. Like, I don't know how it works. There was something in Matthew I was listening today, actually, while I was on a hike, that said, it was about where 7 brothers all get with the same chick, and just one keeps dying after another, and they say, like, well, is she going to be in heaven? And Jesus says, she's not going to be anyone's in heaven. You're going to be as angels. And when you get to heaven, you're not going to be married in heaven, per se. And I was like, okay, so my grandma's like an angel. So does she come for visits sometimes? Like, I don't know. I've never like felt the presence of something like that. I mean, because obviously we have no idea what it's like, because as humans, we have active brains, like, and so in heaven, what do we do? Like, so our active brain, like, we're not going to have PlayStation and smartphones in heaven. Like, so what do we do? What's it like? Like, what state are we in? Like, what is it just like? I think it's just like a restful, I don't know. I mean, because there's been like, reports where you see loved ones and stuff like that. So I don't know. Hopefully I find out someday. But anyway, so they talk about abortion in this video. And they labeled it National Library of Medicine. An abortion is a procedure to end a pregnancy. No. If you induce labor, that is also to end a pregnancy. Like, whether they kill the baby or not, the baby has to come out of there. Aside from like when once it grows a certain size, it has to be medically taken out. Well, that's different. That is just the method of removal is different than whether it happens naturally. So no, you end a pregnancy by passing a child through you. hopefully screaming and crying. All right. Oh, wow. All right. Well, I didn't really intend to end the show on that note, but so it happens. We can see Elon Musk changes his profile picture. That Starlink, plug it in, point at sky. Directions work in either orderx.com. What was that? Elon Musk tweeted it. That's how easy it is to turn on Starlink. Works anywhere 5 minutes after you take it out of the box. Changing the world, people. Changing the world. Okay, so I changed the subject enough. Let's end on that note. I'm at 19 minutes. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks. I went to church today. And that's where I couldn't focus. It was a good message, I think, but like I was in and out because I was thinking about my nephew and like how to do this video. Because like kind of when I was sitting down, like waiting for the service to like before even singing started, that's when I thought of it. So I was just kind of like thinking about that most of the time. So have a great weekend, folks. I'll see you next time.
This is your life, and it's ending 1 minute at a time.
This war stops now.
End the war. Bring freedom to our people.
No. No more tricks. No more lies. Only truth.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight!